One thing I'm really trying to achieve with this channel is for business owners, tree service business owners, to utilize this channel to help train their guys. I'm hoping that some of the value in the videos that I show will help, especially the younger climbers, have an aha moment, or maybe they'll see something and it'll sink in. Who knows, it might even save somebody's life. But today's video is something that I'm very, very passionate about, and that is doing a basal crown inspection before you get up in the tree. And I want to show you something today on this video that may surprise you. It surprised me. I did not expect to find out what I ended up seeing. So come check it out. So this is what the tree looked like when I got there. I started raking back a little bit to do the basal crown inspection. I thought I'd better stop and show a little video of what it looks like when I first arrive, because my first impression was there was a few little things that kind of made me wonder. And you can see those little areas. There's an imperfection down there, and I thought, that might be a whole lot worse. But what really got me thinking about it was the enclosure that this tree is growing in. There's a surround here. And once I got digging, I was like, oh my gosh, there was so much root decay that it really scared me. Now, why is it so important to do this? Well, if you get into a tree that's so rotted that it might fall over while you're up there, it might be something that could save your life. But in this case, the tree was stable enough for me to do the pruning. But seeing this much decay made my pruning decisions more extensive. Honestly, I think this tree should go. He did not want it to go yet. He doesn't have a permit to take it down yet, but he wanted us to do the best job we can while we were there. So the decisions that I made were basically get a lot of the weight off and lighten it up. Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. How much of this area is compromised? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Wish I could say I was surprised. I know. Like I said, Paul, I almost hate working for you, because every time I show you something, it creates a liability. The liability is there, but the knowledge of it now creates a different scenario for you.
Otherwise, sometimes the tree just boom, snaps from the base.
Yeah. You didn't want to hear that.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And the salt?
The big one.
Right inside or?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how long this tree has been in this brick enclosure, but this has been a paved area for a long, long time. And this is a motel, so there's a lot of people coming and going. And we were called out here because a number of large limbs snapped on this tree, and one of them hit the building, and we went up there and cleaned up the stubs. But doing the base crown inspection changed the scope of our job. So what I'm thinking here is the tree leans considerably to the left. There's so much weight over there. Now this is interesting. This is a redwood tree next door. It's a single trunk that branches off into 4 trunks up high. And in this area of the same property, there was another massive big valley oak that I condemned last year, and it had to be removed. This root grows underneath the building. They couldn't get that ground out because it's actually under the foundation. But there were very, very large fungal growths on the base of all the roots all the way around this tree, and it was quite significant. So back to the tree that we're working on, we found 3 areas just like this all the way around the tree of rotting roots. It's enough to really scare me. We kept pulling back, and as we got more of the dirt away, deeper down, it became very clear that the grade was raised here at one time. If you pile dirt up around the base of a tree, it creates a condition known as basal crown rot. And it doesn't always show itself until you dig the dirt away. I've had instances in the past where I've dug 6 or 8 inches of dirt down, and all of a sudden it just revealed a void. And in some cases it was entirely hollow. I mean, there's been quite a few times where I've had to condemn the tree and say, I'm not going to do any pruning on this. This has got to come down. The water coming out of the tree. Now that bothers me. Cement. This is called a root crown inspection, and it's a smart thing to do on most big trees before you get started, because it reveals a lot of things, and once you see weaknesses, then you make different types of decisions. Yeah. Now this is a good perspective of the tree from a distance. You can see how heavy it's leaning to the left. And I told him, I said, we got to get a lot of weight off of here. It doesn't look like it from here, but that is a significant, big, big limb. So we went to work. You know, I walked over and got a hamburger for lunch, and there was these 2 guys digging out a stump in the street tree area. And when I was younger, I used to dig out stumps all the time, but I just don't see that so often anymore. I admire these guys and their perseverance for what they're doing. I went and had a sandwich. By the time I got back, it was just about gone. I'll bet they would have loved my Alpine stump grinder in this location. So anyway, back to work. I walked over, and the first thing I wanted to talk to the homeowner, the property owner, was that the rain gutter is dented from a previous failure. So I recognized that my saw was dull, and I wanted to show you a close-up here of the teeth. I hit something, I hit a rot pocket up in the top, and it dulled my chain all the way down. So I spent 10 minutes and sharpened it all the way up. Here we are working on it. I didn't get a whole lot of footage of this actually working. I did most of the work up to this point, and then Jorge said that he wanted to take over for a bit, so we traded off. Usually I don't do video of myself, and Jorge's not real good with the camera, but this is interesting. This is the branch that was hanging way, way over the roof, and it was quite hollow. You can see where something ripped off a long time ago. So this is what it looks like when it's all done, and I want to do a before picture and after. Thanks a lot.